these rubber bands, they make it hard to pull backwards. Wait, let me just load this up. And when you pull it backwards, it's supposed to launch this.
Okay. So why don't you take the rubber bands off?
Okay, rubber bands have been taken off.
So if we look at this here, I see a little ramp in there. Do you see that little ramp down in there?
Yeah.
So I assume that that's part of a launch mechanism. So when you're firing it this way, you're actually firing it just towards the trigger, not launch mechanism, but trigger is really what I mean. And I see down there, there's a little button. So if I push down on this, I see that trigger loosens. Then I see it isn't coming forward, but I see those little pins in there. Do you see those? Are kind of blocking it.
Maybe.
So I think
this is what it's for. This is what these are for.
I don't know about that, but I think these pins need to come up and out.
That's what they're supposed to be, though. That's what they're supposed to be, though.
And then if we bring it forward and push the pins down, that will lock it into place and keep it from coming out, rather than to keep it from going in, like defining the end of the stroke. It defines the beginning of the stroke, and now it can go right up against here, the trigger ramp. And if we press that and move it forward, whoa, it goes all the way up there. See how this whole area, this was all open.
Yeah.
So this is meant to be the stroke, just from looking at this piece and kind of observing it. Now why don't you put the rubber bands in?
And then how I'd release it was by pressing that.
Exactly.
But we can't really fix the bombard.
I don't know.
We need a replacement piece.
Well, maybe we can 3D print one or something.
Or laser cut one.
We have, well, our laser cutter's down, but we do have the outside shapes of all the pieces we need, so we could probably come up with something. We might even be able to use that as a mold for like an epoxy piece. We could use epoxy to create that as a mold.
But how would we get the spring mechanism in it?
I don't know. I'd have to look at the piece more closely.
We'd have to maybe cut some of the epoxy off.
Maybe.
And then let's get this in there. Okay. And oh wow, that's
So what do you think? Does that work better?
yeah.
All right. So we just used the pieces and the way that they fit to try to figure out how it was supposed to work. And figure out what misconceptions we had in the assembly that we could correct.
And now let's see how it goes.
Oh my golly.
Okay.